thing on.
Check 1 2 1 2.
It's fucking crazy.
They're invincible, indestructible, and he's living for like 10,000 years.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hunt for Greatness podcast.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Hunt for Greatness podcast. I got my man Jack Nelson with me tonight.
What's up, Lex?
Yeah, met this dude doing comedy, so I am excited about this podcast. You said something to me about it, about doing the podcast the other night. I just want to tell you this to start this podcast off. This guy motivated me to restart the podcast. Man, I hadn't done one in like at least 2 months, probably 3 months. And when you came up to me the other night and you were like, hey man, I'll do your podcast whenever. And I was just like, damn, I really want to do a podcast with that guy. So I smoked cigars with these dudes like every Friday.
Yeah.
And everybody canceled except one dude. And I was like, hey man, and he had been saying something about doing a podcast with me. I'm like, hey man, you want to do a podcast? And I'm like, this is a perfect time to warm it back up and get it ready. And like try some new shit. So I put a light on there. I never had the light before. And anyway, the point of what I'm saying is that you motivated me, and I already told you this, but I wanted to say this on our podcast. You motivated me to start it back, and I'm just glad because it's fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't make money off of it. You know what I mean?
Of course not. It'd be crazy if you did.
It's just fun. I do have a sponsor. Shout out to Walmack Electrical Contractors. That's my boy. Hit him up if you need any electrical work done.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, like it's just fun to get to know people and put my phone down for an hour. And, you know, we text back and forth, but do we really know each other?
Yeah, no, and I mean, I was just like, hey, I'll do your podcast because I'm like, yo, you're married with like 2 like kids. Like,
yeah.
That's my excuse to be like, yo, you want to hang out?
Hell yeah. Dude, I am a fucking, ever since I saw you at Dead Crow. All right, can I tell a story? I'm going to tell a story for the audience, and you might not remember. You probably do, though. So we were doing open mics at Dead Crow, and I was wearing Vans, like jorts. I don't know what I was wearing, but you went up on stage after me, and you were like, I'm going to do an impression of you. You go, that might be the most wholesome comic of the night right there, guys. You were like, he looks like, you said something, fuck the skateboarder. I can't remember what you said. But like when you started saying that, you went on right after me at the open mic. I'm walking off, I'm like, damn, like that motherfucker just, like that's great. You know, like you were like killing it and being nice, like the actual person that you are. You're a fucking nice guy. You're a sweet dude.
Yeah, that's what I tell women all the time. I go, look, I'm a nice guy, okay? I'm a good guy. I'll give you a ride home. I'm a nice fucking guy. No, I mean, thanks, man.
But that's when I knew. I was like, gotta talk to that dude. And you had like a fucking crop top and cowboy boots on or something. I'm like, I have to speak to this dude. So I talked to you after and kind of got to know you. And you know, like, it's not just comedians, it's everybody. But like when you meet new people, you can almost tell off the bat who you're going to vibe with as far as their energy.
Yeah.
And I got good energy from you, and I do every time I see you. Like
Thanks,
we don't even really know each other. I hug you every time I see you. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
When I meet somebody, I'm like, I just got to hug that guy, like Brad Allred.
Yeah.
I just met him a couple weeks ago, or a month ago, and I just feel like every time I see him, I want to hug him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, and maybe it's just something with comics, or I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. Most comics are fucking weirdos.
But do you remember that? Do you remember going on after
I do.
me?
Yeah. I remember that specific thing as you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I was like, I probably couldn't have told you off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember that, dude, because I had talked to a few people, like a couple other comics, and they were just not cool. Like, they were just not cool to me, and I was just like, damn.
Well, everybody's hyper insecure, you know. That's like the main thing,
Me
man.
too.
You know, and I mean, everybody who does comedy is, and so I feel like when you're like a newer comic, it can come off that way. But it's also that just like, yo, like 70% of these people are just on the spectrum, man. Like they're just, you know, they've been doing comedy like me since they were like 19, 20 years old. Like they like I'm a child, dude. Like I'm 28 years old and I sell toys for a living now. Like,
Where do you work?
I manage a store called Whatever Wilmington. Now that I've mentioned the place that I work at, I have to keep it relatively low key on this podcast now.
Oh, let's edit that out.
No, it's
can
fine.
I edit it out so we can wow out? Like,
Sure,
this
yeah,
is
we can
shit?
we can wow out.
I'm gonna edit that part out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say you're gonna say I work at blah blah blah, and it's gonna edit it out. I'm gonna put Costco. I'm gonna say Costco in the mic, and
Yeah, you can keep it in. It's fine. I'm not feeling too crazy.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Yeah. I work there, like, and I got the job because the guy I'm taking over for was like, oh, you know everything about records and comics and toys and stuff, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, we also sell like baseball cards and stuff too. And then I took over, and it was like, hey, this is the main means of making money now is baseball cards and basketball cards and football cards. So now I have to learn all of this shit. And
so that's a primary source of income is those cards.
Yeah, through right now, man, like that shit's popping off. Like it's crazy.
Damn.
I get young kids coming in there buying up stacks of cards. It's crazy.
Like old 90s cards or?
No, that's junk wax. That's like worth nothing. Like, I mean, some people buy that shit. You know, you get your certain guys, but I mean, it's a lot of newer cards because now you can't even really get that shit at Walmart or Target. This is super interesting conversation. They've cut it off because like fights have broken out and shit like that, and then I think they stopped carrying it at Target, and then Walmart they've got a 2-pack minimum, or it's the other way around, and like
of baseball cards.
Baseball cards,
or sports cards,
but mainly baseball and basketball. Baseball primarily.
Dude, that's insane. I didn't even know
crazy.
that.
It is wild.
So people will line up at the door to get.
I mean, yeah, at some of these places they're cleared out. Like, I'll have guys that'll come in and they're like, I did the rounds today, and like nowhere had anything. And it's like that with almost anything right now. Like, I'm about to just get into the game of like buying these like wrestling figures when I can come across some like the new stuff from like AEW and stuff like that. I don't even really know anything about this shit. I don't really care about wrestling, if I'm being completely honest, which I know, shocker for being a comic not into professional wrestling. But I get along with my father, so I never had to watch it. So
wrestling figures are making money,
dude. Wrestling shit's always making money, but especially now, it's fucking wild.
What happened? Why? I don't understand.
Man, because we're all like grown children. I talk about this shit all the time, but like whatever. I have like 5 things I can talk about. So much of like our culture is just like regressed in like childhood shit, you know. And I don't know. I remember reading this article years ago of talking about how when people think about Japan's culture and they're like, why is anime and like all this stuff so big over there? And it was just like, oh, you have like a massive national travesty like Hiroshima happen to you, and that's gonna fuck up a culture, like
Absolutely.
For like a while you're gonna feel that after effect. That's a crazy thing to happen,
God, it's crazy. They had Nagasaki too.
Yeah, and Nagasaki. Like you think about that shit and the impact that has on generations afterwards, in terms of how you think about shit,
Not even that long ago.
Exactly. It's really not that long.
What, 50 years? Not even.
No. It's 1945. So
so we're
70,
20
not even
after,
not even
70 years.
Not even 100 years.
Damn.
And I think about 9/11 in terms of that on like a smaller scale. Obviously not as many people died, but it's still like on par, I think, of a similar thing where you look at most of us saw that shit happen as kids. Or we were adults, and we saw this thing happen, and we just immediately, ever since then, have kind of been like, oh, culturally, everything that was made before 9/11, we're just going to, like, focus on that and remake that, like, over and over again, because it's before this bad thing happened,
Yeah.
You could even take it, like, a few years before that was something like Columbine, Like, smaller scale, but still, like, you think about what most of our culture is, it's stuff that even predates that.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're just, like, regressed back into it. And it's the same with the sports card shit, it's a lot of dudes our age or like 10 years older that have this nostalgia thing. Maybe they got money now. I had a guy where I bartend at bring up something the other week who clearly had money and wasn't like flashy about it, but just the way he talked about shit, and he was a very smart dude.
Right.
And he was like, hey, I got out of the stocks like 5 years ago because I saw where things are like heading, and it's better to just dip out now, and he was like, and so I got back in to buying like sports cards and shit like that, because when the stocks go, commodities go up. And I was like, you're fucking right. And that's where we're at right now. Like,
so he buys them and sells them.
Yeah.
And makes money.
Dude, you can
Stupid
make mad
money.
money. You can make crazy money.
I know dudes that stand in line to get the shoes, to get the.
Oh,
check.
dude, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, I've got a buddy of mine who was like showing me like a pair of shoes that he had that he like sold to someone for like, I think like $800, and then
You know what he bought them for? Like 150 bucks.
probably like half that, and then because they were like a special release shoe, and then he shows me what they're going for now, and it's like $7,000.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
So
and
he
he's
just
just
hung on to them.
Yeah.
It's the same
But
thing.
he sold
as
it like
stock.
a buddy, Yeah, no, that shit's crazy. That's a whole industry, man. I don't really fuck with that shit because I think it's weird to like hoard and
I
sell
buy
this like
knockoff
super high.
Yeezys, bro.
Dude, go for it. Why not?
And I buy knockoffs. You can't tell the fucking difference, dude. And I like how weird they look. Shout out to Kanye West. Dude, he's living in the stadium, bro.
I love it.
I do too.
I
He's a
love it.
fucking genius. Dude,
I love
that's
him
what
just going-
geniuses do. They do weird shit.
He's
dude.
doing his fucking Brian Wilson period right now, from the Beach Boys, where he just went totally nuts. He's like, I'm going to put sand in my house, and Kanye's doing that. It's sick. I love it, man.
I do too. I love all the weird shit Kanye does.
He's just he's a wild guy.
People get pissed when I compare him. And it's not even that I'm comparing him to Salvador Dali, but I'm just saying that, like, when your brain works that differently than everybody else's, of course you're going to feel kind of crazy, and you're going to do crazy shit. Because your brain ain't working like everybody else's brain works.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to act out in weird ways. Like
he's
the
always-
Dali, bro.
he's
Like
always been
Salvador
like that.
Dali. Like, he did a lot of weird shit. And, like, you see his paintings and shit, and you're like, oh, that's probably a fucking weird guy. And he was fucking super weird, I don't know, dude. I feel like any, like, real artist... Here's a lighter right here, too.
Oh, I got one.
Any real artist that's fucking... He's out there. Like, he's out there, but, it, like...
Yeah.
But are we the ones out there? I don't know.
No, I mean, he's out there.
He's out there, dude.
It just kind of rules to just be like, yo, look at this dude who has so... I was talking to a buddy of mine the other week, actually. This is a good way to put it, where I was like, Kanye West would be so exhausting as a friend. Can you imagine, like, it would be the most exhausting person to hang out with all the time because he's so just, you're that rich and that nuts where it's just one thing where you could be hanging out with him all day, have a normal time, all of a sudden he just, like, goes, like, dormant for, like, 6 months, you don't hear from him, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you wake up in the morning, you got a doorbell ring, you got a Tesla truck just on your front porch. And
It's
you're
with
just like,
some
what the fuck
tigers
is going
in it.
on? Yeah.
With
He's
some
just crazy.
Siberian tigers chained to it.
I love people like that are that loaded and nuts and clearly brilliant, but also fucking stupid at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, his taste...
That's the best way I've ever heard it put.
Because
as
he has
far as-
total, like, stoner frat boy taste in things.
Yeah.
You look at what he like. It's like he loves Rick and Morty and Elon Musk and Joe Rogan, and it's like, dude, like, you're just a dude who plays lacrosse and smokes a lot of weed.
And dude, look at his like previous albums, like College Dropout and all that. It was all polo. It was all frat boy like he made like the frat boy like swag and get up. He made it like hood.
Oh yeah, and he totally, was like, I did that shit, you know? And Tyler, the Creator's kind of replaced him in that.
I like Tyler, the Creator, too.
I feel like Tyler's replaced what Kanye was. Like, for this newer generation, they kind of represent the same thing,
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler, the Creator fucking rocks, though. Like, his
Yeah.
shit fucking...
And he's definitely more, I would argue, more talented than Kanye on some sort of level in terms of what... Because for me, I think of Tyler, the Creator, and I'm like, dude, he's like... hip-hop Quincy Jones mixed with Danny Elfman, man. Like, he's just doing some crazy shit, and he's a really good composer, which is something Kanye's not, He's like a producer, and he brings all these, like, sounds together and is like a curator of things. Tyler very much has, like, his more own unique vision, I think.
I'd never even thought to compare those two.
Yeah.
And it makes sense to compare them because he kind of is the old, like, kind of like the old Kanye. But Kanye's changes up so much, dude. I'm waiting on him to start worshiping Satan Start doing some satanic albums, dude.
Dude, that's the next step in his schizophrenia shit, though, right?
Come
Because
on,
he's
man.
just gone full Jesus freak.
That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting on the satanic
And
album.
he's doing it like in a tax shelter way, right? Like this dude is just like trying to be like, I'm a religion, so I don't have to pay my fucking taxes.
Dude, is he trying not to pay taxes on shit because of that?
Come on, dude. Of course not. You think Kanye's trying to pay fucking
I mean,
taxes?
Scientology don't have to pay taxes. Fuck it, right? I might start a cult or a religion too, man. Not a cult. I didn't say that. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm gonna start a religion.
A religion.
Fuck taxes.
That's where things are at, though. You start a religion.
I'm gonna write a Bible, dude. I'm gonna write a straight up Bible, bro.
See, that sounds stressful.
I mean, it's not gonna be long.
I don't
It's
think
gonna
I
be
could.
short.
I don't think I can handle that.
It's gonna be
Being the
easy,
figurehead
dude.
for a religion. That's a lot of pressure.
I was gonna make you the figurehead for the religion. I wasn't gonna be it. That was gonna be you. You have to fuck everybody's wife, dude.
I don't think I could do that, man. That's a lot.
It's a
I don't
lot
think
of
I
work.
have the stamina.
To fuck everybody's wife.
Yeah. I'd go like full Brando with it and just get like really fat and crazy.
You still
Just-
have to fuck
just
everybody's
get
wife, dude.
I'd just get addicted to painkillers.
And Viagra.
Yeah, I'd go full Elvis, dude.
Full Elvis.
Full
dude.
Elvis.
You could wear what he wore to preach in, because you have to preach, dude.
Dude, I honestly want to get a nudie suit.
What is that, dude?
Like the like rhinestone country singer suits. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh my god, the fully
nudie suit?
Yeah, man.
Is
come
that for
on.
real what it's called, or are
Yes.
you making that up?
Now, as soon as I show you this, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
I really don't think I'm going to know what you're talking about, Jack. A nudie
Come on.
suit, bro?
A nudie suit. Come on.
Come on. Is it a country singer?
It's a type of suit. Yeah, it's like what country singers wear. Like what Graham Parsons would wear.
Like
Like
diamonds?
this.
Oh, dude, those are called nudie suits?
They're called nudie suits.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Those are fucking badass,
Yeah,
dude. I'm not going to lie.
I want one of those, man.
How do you not have one? I
I
somehow
don't. I don't have the money for that.
Are they
I think I would.
expensive?
Yeah, I'd have to make one.
Are they leather?
No. It's like a regular suit, but you got all this like studded shit on it. You know, I want like
Yeah.
roses going up my arm and stuff.
Oh, I love those shirts that have the two designs, like the Western style.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why I like those. God,
like a pearl snap.
like the medallion.
Oh, a bolo.
A bolo. Why could I not think of bolo?
I own a lot of bolos.
You have some bolos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
Of
was
course
my
you do.
go-to wedding look. You know, is you go cowboy. But this past wedding I went to, and when I got like 3 more weddings I got to go to, I'm going Miami Vice for it. That's what I realized.
What, white suits?
No, I just I got like a navy blue like tailored suit that I wear, and I wear like a kind of Goodfellas Italian mob style like big collar.
Unbutton it a little bit.
Yeah, like
Gold
button ups
chain.
underneath. Yeah, I got to get the gold chain.
I
That's
got
the next
one.
step.
You can use it.
Yeah, and then I got my Gucci loafers I wear with it, dude. I go full like coke dealer look for the wedding. now.
That is, dude.
Yeah, because everybody goes bolo now. Last wedding I went to, 3 bolo ties there.
Wow.
Yeah, so and everybody expects me to go
Wow.
bolo. Gotta change it up, especially it's
That's why I
summertime.
fuck with you, dog.
It's
'Cause You want
summertime.
to be different.
Yeah, I ain't trying to wear a fucking pearl snap in the summertime, dude. It's hot. I'm wearing this.
I don't even think it's that you want to be different. I just think you don't want to be like everybody else.
Oh, it's just like I don't want people thinking I'm riding some sort of fucking wave. I can't do this while talking.
That's fine, dude.
You,
you
I
chill.
fucking-
You can take it with you.
I admire your form right now.
You can.
dude. Yeah, that's very.
I've got.
You
Like,
got. You got.
I need to work on my posture, but everything else is fucking.
Is that what being a dad is? Is that you learn how to be able to smoke a cigar and talk?
Yeah, that's it. And wear dad hats,
Dude, you fucking do that. You take that hat off, you can steal valor so easily.
I feel like I should be completely bald, completely bald. Like I always have a buzz cut.
You're gonna bald gracefully, dude.
You think so?
Oh yeah, because one day you're just gonna look in the mirror and be like, nah, and you're just gonna fucking
That's what my dad did.
yeah.
That's what my dad did.
That's what a fucking real man does.
Yeah, like fuck this hair.
I think I
Give
might
me a razor.
If I go bald though, I think I'm gonna go horseshoe.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'd go horseshoe.
Man, I kind of want to just see where it goes. Like, I think if it's just going, I might as well go full like crazy guy with it.
You got thick hair though, right?
Not really.
No? You've always had long hair?
No,
No?
not until the past couple years.
Yeah, because I've known you pretty much had, like, I've only known you a couple years.
Dude, I 5 years ago, I had like a mohawk. I had
Did
like
you?
a taxi driver shitty mohawk that I
Wow.
had. And then my hair would leave. I would do like a fucking, I don't know, just a standard short haircut,
Yeah.
like
Like
comb to the
faded
side.
up.
Yeah, not even really faded, just comb to the side, just like a simple haircut. And then I would buzz it just because people were like, "You got such good hair," and it would make people so fucking mad when I had my head buzzed and like circle wireframe glasses, and I would go into convenience stores and dudes would be like, "You look like Logic," and that's when I knew
Oh my God.
that
The rapper Logic?
Yeah, the rapper Logic, who I always was like, look, I know that he's mixed race, but like it makes me uncomfortable when he says the N-word in a rap
It makes me
song.
uncomfortable too for some
Yeah,
reason.
because he looks like a white guy. And then you know
does.
what? I had multiple guys say I looked like Logic in this time period, and I'm so fucking white, dude. So that's where I was like, yeah, you can't say it, man, because if I'm getting compared to how you look,
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, it is weird, man.
I feel like it's like Judaism, where it's like if your mom's white, you're white.
Is his mom's probably got to
yeah,
be white.
yeah. I believe so.
So when you have a mixed baby, if the mom's white and the dad's black, the baby usually comes out more white, right?
I think
Well,
it's
more
a
of what the
crapshoot. It's a
mom-
roll of the
is it?
dice. It's a roll of the dice.
That's fucking weird. that
I
it's a
feel
roll
like
of the
we're not
dice.
allowed to talk about this with how we look and like where we're at right now. We can't be getting into race science.
Dude,
on
we-
this show.
Bro, I don't have anything to cancel, dude. They can't do anything. They can kick me out. I don't have any strikes on YouTube, bro.
I have things.
Okay, well,
You know?
okay, let's not talk about that. Jack has things. That, bro, I've
I don't
heard
really
your
have
comedy,
things.
dude.
Yeah.
Your comedy is I was telling somebody about it the other day. Tim is my good buddy Tim. I'm like, bro, you got to hear this fucking guy. He's got kids and shit, so it's hard for him to get out.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you got to come hear this fucking guy. So, speaking of your comedy, I want to, before we start getting off on tangents, I want to ask you about, how old are you right now?
I'm about to be 28.
28. When did you start doing comedy? You said 19?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you start doing comedy?
Here
In Wilmington.
in Wilmington.
And you're from the Midwest.
Yeah, but I've lived here since 2008.
Okay. So you've
Yeah.
been here for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freshman year of high school.
Where did you start? Dead Crow?
No, Dead Crow wasn't open yet.
Where'd
I
you
got a
start?
burp. I keep drinking this
Burp in the
soda.
mic. Burp in the mic. Burp in the mic. There we
That's
go.
some Howard Stern shit,
You
dude.
got to
Hell yeah.
burp in the mic on this podcast, bro. That was a
Oh.
good one. That was a belch.
Yeah, it's the soda.
So you started in Wilmington.
Yeah, I started in Wilmington before Dead Crow opened. Probably 6 months before Dead Crow opened. And I started at Long Streets, which was next to Orton's, which is a closed down bar now. And it was this tiny little, just like, the one bar and then a couple like side chairs and just this tiny little place. And I went there for my first like 3 months because it was just comics there.
Yeah.
And then
Was it like an open mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. And then
So were you writing jokes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really remember a lot of it at this point.
Yeah. But you were writing jokes and what made you go to your first open mic ever? I've always wanted to ask you this.
I was going to school in Savannah, Georgia. I was going to art school there on scholarships. And I got removed from campus over some marijuana offenses. And I got all my scholarships removed. And they were like, you're not allowed to be on campus unless you're for classes. And I was like, well, I can't afford this $60,000 a semester tuition, so I'm out of here. And I moved back home, and I got in a really bad relationship. I've told this story so many times.
So this is home,
Yeah,
what you're talking
yeah,
about.
I
Wilmington.
moved back here with my parents, and then I worked at Home Depot, and I got in a bad relationship, and then started doing comedy right before the bad relationship ended. And then my first good set was following local comic Lou Morganti.
Oh, love
And,
that guy.
He was like, I saw Jack's girlfriend at a show last night, and it was like this very awkward thing, because I was young and she was probably like 19 and I was 20. And then I followed him and just was like, we're not dating anymore, Lou. And then I just told the really awful story of how we broke up, which was like super fucked up behavior, like on her end, like, and
You told a true story.
yeah, and it was like the first time it went well.
Wow.
And then kind of ever since then, I started talking about myself. And now it's kind of all I know how to talk about. Or I just talk about, like, cultural shit.
Yeah.
Like, broad ideas. But
what made you do
focused on
your
me.
first open mic ever? Like what?
Like I said, I got kicked out of school, and then I got fired from my job at Home Depot.
So
and
you were
then
just
this-
had you written jokes before this?
No, I was a poet.
Okay.
I wrote
Okay.
poetry, and I wrote poetry and short fiction and like punk and hip hop music reviews, and
Okay.
that's how I got my scholarships, along with some like visual art stuff. And people would laugh when I would go do poetry readings, because I started doing poetry because I realized you could fuck with people really easily, because you could write fucking nonsense and then go do a reading and people would be like, oh my God, that was amazing. That meant this to me. And I wouldn't say this to them. I would just be like, oh, that's really nice. And it's like, it didn't mean fucking anything. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. And I've kind of carried that over with everything I do kind of creatively on some sort of level, which is like, you are a creator, so you can just lie to people ethically.
Right.
And that's cool.
It is ethical, yeah.
And I like, it just doesn't make sense to me to say stuff that you just 100% agree about all the time. You know, it's much more interesting to not do fucking devil's advocate bullshit, but just more like, well, I'm telling jokes, so why is it funny to take the right opinion on something? Why wouldn't I take the opposite view kind of what I think, or just take the dumbest view I can take on something that I actually want to talk about and make it funny within this thing, but people still know what I'm talking about for the most part.
Right.
People are smarter than we give them credit for, and so it does become dicier, I guess, with like politics or whatever with what I do, but I don't fucking care, because I just am like, well, I'm just trying to make people laugh, and also all of this is just like bad and pointless on a certain extent anyway. So I don't make fun of like Republicans ever, because A, it's not very funny and everybody does it all the time, and B, like the Democrats are just as fucking like evil and bad in this shitty two-party system that we have. So I'm gonna like trash them more because it's more fun to do. And so being like in the South, a lot of people will be like, because I am pro-gun, you know, and am making fun of like the Dems, they think that I am this one way, you know?
Yeah.
But it's funny because I am being very open about what I am and what I believe politically in these things. So I like doing it because I'm like, well, look, we're fundamentally not that different then if you like all of these things that I'm talking about, right? You know, like maybe like the things that you think are like bad, you've been propagandized to believe are bad under this shitty system that we exist within.
Absolutely.
You know, and people can kind of get on board with that. And I think that's fun.
That's like comedy brings people together.
Yeah.
It brings people together.
And also I'm going to talk about eating pussy or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, mainly talk about eating pussy, but like, you know, there's other fun shit you can do too.
So you've always been a writer. So
I've always been making shit.
Okay.
Since
so
I was
you're
a
a
little kid.
creator. You want to create.
Yeah, I just want to make shit. I
Same.
think
I'm the
about like
same way,
if
dude.
there's nothing that I don't not want to do. Like I just am working on all sorts of shit all the time. I never realized it, and then like I've had like a couple people that I've known for a while recently that are comics or writers or whatever that are just like, you work really hard. And I was like, no, I don't. They're like, yeah, you're always working. You never stop working. And I guess that's true. I kind of have slowed down working a little bit because I've just had a lot of shit going on. And I'm like, well, I like taking a day. But I am, I guess, doing shit when I'm technically taking a day.
Do you feel weird when you don't, like, create shit?
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, my first, like,
weird, man.
3 months in quarantine, I was going fucking insane. And I realized what it was is that for the first time in my life, genuinely, it was probably the longest I had gone without making anything. And I'm not saying making art. I'm saying fucking doodling in a notebook, fucking coloring in something, like writing, drawing, like painting, doing fucking something. And I hadn't. I was just intaking information and reading a lot and it was driving me insane.
I think I did the same shit. Not at the beginning, but at some point, I did the same shit during the quarantine. And I realized I knew that I needed to create shit. I need to push. Like, there's too much in here, and something needs to come out. It's like jerking off. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your semen gonna go?
Yeah,
It has to go somewhere. It's the same shit for me. Like, and I feel like a lot of comics are like that too. And there's a lot of like, trauma, like on the inside for a lot of comics and people.
Yeah.
And then this is a therapeutic way to get it out. You know, is to tell jokes or paint or draw or write. Writing is very therapeutic, dude.
yeah,
It's very therapeutic. And like I like to write too. And I never really wrote jokes before. And then I would be, because I'm out working all day in a work van by myself. So like I started to turn my music and everything off. Like I would listen to podcasts and music and shit, and I'd started to turn it all off, and I started to just sit in there in silence while I was driving. And I would start thinking of like really weird, crazy shit. And I would just put it in the notes in my phone. I would speak it in because I was driving or whatever. I'd speak it into the notes. And then I would go back and look at those notes and be like, oh, okay, that might be kind of funny. And then I had always wanted to do comedy. This is like for me at the beginning. I'd always wanted to do something, but it freaked me out. Like, I'm not bad at speaking in front of people, but it's different. To me, it's totally different to tell jokes in front of people. It's definitely one of the hardest things mentally that I've ever done. And it's a mind fuck. And I'm just now getting to where I can chill up there a little bit and not feel like it has to be punchline.
Yeah,
Like I can try to work a joke out and figure out what's funny. Because it might be funny up here and on my paper, but I really have to do it in front of people to figure out if it's going to work or not.
yeah. It's on delivery.
I've been scared to do this one bit that I've been writing. I almost did it the other night, but I got lighted. And I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing it. Because I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's about Neil Armstrong. And it's about how they knocked the flag over. I think I told you this a long time ago. Because I've been thinking about doing this bit for a long time. But it's so out of my... You did a bit about, I think, Frankenstein or a vampire or some shit. You did some bit on an open mic one night. It was one joke, and you told like a history.
Oh yeah, I did that like twice. That like how the story of Frankenstein was written.
Frankenstein, yes, I knew it was Frankenstein, yes. And I told you that I really loved it and enjoyed it because it was so different. Like you can tell, like, okay, this guy didn't get this idea really from anybody. This came from his spirit, soul, whatever it is inside of you that creates your muse or whatever, you know. When I heard you do that, I'm like, damn, like I need to try this. This was years ago when you did that.
Yeah. I only did that I probably did it 2 Halloweens, like
I remember that shit. It's a great bit. Like it's the way that you talk about it.
It's just so unlike anything that it's hard doing shit like that when it's just so, afield from what you do, because it's like, well, how does this fit into what I'm doing? And maybe that's just something that I keep in my head, but for me personally, when I'm whatever I'm working for, which after I put out this half hour in March or April when that came out, I ever since then have just been like, well, I'm dumping all of my material and like restarting, and now it is just like, can I get to a point? And everybody who like books me on stuff has been weirdly supportive, which I'm kind of like, I don't know. Is everybody that cool with it? Which is just like, hey, however much time I'm doing, like, which I've got, like, I guess I'm doing like a 30-minute set on like Saturday or something like that. It's like, okay, so like 15 minutes of that, 12 minutes of that is going to be written, and then the other half is going to be improvised.
Yeah, like riffing.
Yeah. And because it's just like, well, that's what I like doing.
You're good at it. You're good at it.
I hate fucking, and I think it's just also this half hour I put out, it was so meticulously written, and it was this whole arc and shit like that. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that again, because I didn't have fun with it by the time I put that out there. Like, it was just so me and autopilot. And thankfully it came out well, but like, I'm just not in it, you know?
Where can people find that on YouTube?
What is it? Jack Nelson, Night of the Hunter.
Jack Nelson, Night of the Hunter on
Yeah,
YouTube.
and it's
if
on
you
my
guys want to see
it's on
that.
my Instagram on like IGTV also.
I love the way it was filmed. Whoever did that was
Oh, that is my best friend.
Man, he
and,
did.
Creative partner, Josh Sullivan.
He did great.
Shout out, Josh. Yeah, he's my best. He's my best boy.
Man,
Yeah.
it was great. It was great.
Thank you. Yeah, he directed that whole thing and he shot it with our buddy Alex Sinesi and my brother Jacob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, so they banded
shot
together
that.
for you, huh?
Yeah. Well, I hit up Josh because it was like I had written that half hour, and I was like, well, most of this is topical shit on some sort of level, and it was also like a lot of relationship shit. And my relationship was like, I actually shot it, and then like 2 weeks later, it was like, oh, this relationship's over. And so I was like, oh, cool. I'm glad we shot that then because that's a bunch of jokes that were really funny that none of that I can tell anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's why we did it because I was so nervous. I was like, I'm just going to shoot it and I might not even put it out. I would just like to have it. And then I talked to a few people who I knew would tell me if I'm full of shit or not. And
Full of shit about what?
About like the idea of being like, oh, I shot a half hour of stand-up comedy. I'm going to self-release it on YouTube. It's like a bunch of unfunny motherfuckers do that all the time.
Oh,
and I'm nobody, you know. I'm just some fucking comic.
I just think that's super cool that you did it everything yourself. Like you got your boys to film it. You wrote everything. You worked on it and refined it, and then you put it out. You had the balls to put it out, dude. Was it scary to put it out?
No, I just put it out. I haven't even really looked at how many views it's gotten or anything like that. I've just had people say nice things to me. I haven't had anybody talk shit. I don't know if there's like downvotes on the YouTube.
Who gives a fuck?
But if there is, go downvote it right now,
Yeah,
please.
it's gonna bump it up in the algorithm whether you.
Yeah. So
piece of shit.
it's been, the response has been nice. And a lot of people have watched it that I didn't expect to. My dad actually, I was on the phone with him earlier today, and he has 2 older brothers, and his oldest brother, who's like in his like late 60s, watched it, and he's like a very conservative, very wealthy like guy, and I was so nervous about it. He was like, "Yeah, Don watched it," and I was like, "Woo,
What'd he say?
What?" And
What'd
he
he
was like,
say?
he loved it, and
Really?
he was like. He was like, "You really liked your delivery and all this stuff," and I was like, "God damn, dude! Like,
That's
what?
awesome.
I'm talking about fucking ass eating and like crack smoking and stuff like that. It was really like." And my dad watched it. Both my parents watched it. I found out, and I told them not to because I was like, "You guys don't want to listen to stories about me fucking." Like,
What'd they think about it?
oh, I mean, they're great. They're supportive to like a fault. Where I'm like, come on, man, can't you just fucking give me like something? You
That's
know,
how my
like,
parents are. They're super supportive.
which I mean
too.
is great. I mean, I'm bitching about nothing, but it is. It was funny. Like my dad was like, I mean, heard some things in there I didn't want to hear, and I'm like, yeah, that's because I talked about the gay shit in there, and you don't want to hear that shit, you know, like because you're weird about it.
Yeah.
Because you're some fucking just weird Gen Xer guy. But I love him. I'm teasing. He's never gonna watch this. That's the nice part is I'm like, well, I'll do a podcast because like, well, nobody in my fucking family's gonna watch the podcast,
Yeah.
you know.
I think as soon as I say fuck 15 times, my parents will turn it off.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I don't know. My parents are super supportive too. They don't ever have anything bad to say.
Yeah.
I mean, they've always been like that ever since. I mean, as long as I'm doing something
Well, I
productive.
think you can tell in your confidence.
Yeah,
And because it's not like in an annoying way. It's just you can tell that you were loved.
yeah, I was
Right?
I was overly loved, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I was a fucking terrible kid in high school, like, and then when I graduated high school, but I think it was just trying to stray away from all the good values that I was taught. Like I strayed away from all that just to see what it was like, and it fucking sucked, dude. I want to live my life, bro. You know what I mean? I just want to live in moments. I want to have moments with people. Because, I mean, in the end, what do you really fucking have, dude? You have memories and moments. That's it. Money and the shit, any of your shit doesn't matter.
Dude, I love having shit, though.
I love having shit, too. But
man.
it ain't going to fucking matter in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, but
Ain't
that's
gonna
why
matter,
I gotta have
dude.
fucking kids.
You ain't a pharaoh, bro.
Dude,
They're not going to bury you
I'm trying to have
with your
fucking
shit.
kids, make sure I got some cool fucking kids. So then, you know, they can inherit all my fucking records and books and fucking comics and shit like that, and hopefully care about it and not just give it. Like, working where I work, I had some old couple come in this week, or this past week, and they brought me a bunch of records because the husband came in, and I was like, you should just give these baseball cards to your grandkids. Like, they're not really, like, worth anything. It'll mean more to them. And he was like, my wife would like your music. And she's got some old records. I'll have her bring them in. And then they brought them in the next week, and it was all shit I fucking love. And he was like, yeah, they're sitting in our house, and we figure if we die, you know, our fucking kids will see them, and they'll just give them the goodwill, you know, and don't care. And I heard that, and I was like, oh, fuck, man, that sucks. Like, wouldn't you want your kids? I don't know. I like the shit that my dad likes. Yeah. You know, for the most part. I mean, my dad likes Rush and shit like that, which, I mean, hey, I get it. But, like, not for me. You know, not a prog rock guy. But other than that, we like a lot of the same shit. And I can show him, and it's cool, you know? Yeah. And I don't know. It would suck if I just, like, raised some kids and they didn't give a fuck about anything.
I don't even know what my kids are. I mean, my 4-year-old, he loves to do everything I do. And the little one, he is a fucking ruffian, dude. Like, he gets drop kicked and head hit and don't fucking shed a tear.
That's how younger brother's going to be. What? They're 2 years apart?
Nah, one's... Oh, yeah, about 2 years. Yeah, okay. About 2 years, 2.5.
Yeah, I got two younger brothers, and one's 3 years younger than me. That's how it's going to go, dude.
So you have 3 years younger.
And 10 years younger.
And 10 years younger. Yeah. Holy shit. So he's 16. You said you're 20. Oh, you're 28. He's 18.
He's gonna be 18. Yeah.
Damn. They live here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my little brother lives right up the road.
Really?
I'm from Sanford,
oh, that's
dude.
Awesome.
I'm from like two hours from here.
Yeah.
Shithole.
Yeah.
Fuck that place.
I've been through there.
I hate that fucking place. I hated it growing up, but now when I go back, I just chill at my parents' house and might see my grandma and shit. I don't do anything. Yeah. Because there's not shit to do.
Yeah. Well, I hated here. For so long, dude. I love it here now.
Love it?
I think this place is so fucking weird. I love Wilmington. I think it's such an evil city in, like, the best way.
What do you mean, man?
Dude, it's just got this, you know, historical bad shit that happens here.
Oh,
you know, like, so much bad shit, like, weird bad shit, you know? Like, some of the darkest... And I mean, I know you could say that about a lot of cities, but also you can't say that about a lot of fucking cities, you know. And I think what's weird about here is that all this weird fucked up shit has happened here, and, like, we do so much to, like, try to hide that anything fucked up happened here, you know?
Absolutely, dude.
And so it's just this thing where I like that, dude. I think we've got such a weird layout right now. Can we pause this real quick?
Yeah. Dude, you're making power moves over there, dude. Dude. You're making money moves like Cardi B over there, bro.
Dude, my fucking, is this still recording?
Yeah. I'll chop that part out.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I did, like, a big comic purchase while my boss was out of town, and he came back and he kind of was like, dude, what the fuck? And it was kind of my first big purchase. And I know what people want right now in comics, and he knows a lot about shit, but I don't think he's, like, up on what, like, people our age would want to buy, like, coming into shit. And everything in there, I was like, oh, this is, like, affordable, people want it. And so I, like, totally redeemed myself today with this buy I did of some Masters of the Universe toys.
Oh, that's great,
that I bought for, like, you know, nothing, because it was just, like, a buddy of mine trying to get rid of them. And they were also pretty beaten up and all, like, broken for the most part, so I had to spend, like, the day, like, finding them and, like, putting them back together and, like, cleaning them and shit like that. And so I was he was totally understanding. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, if these were, like, in better shape, this would be, like, a gold mine. But I mean, some of them aren't, like, complete, and I'm just gonna have to, this is the first time I'm like, there's gonna be, like, labor that's gonna go into this,
right?
And there was, but it was totally worth it, where I was like, oh shit, there's, like, way more that I was able to, like, completely fix, or, like, Frankenstein together, you know, where it's like, oh, this arm goes like a toy that's not here, I'm gonna put it on this guy, and, like, shit like that.
So you sold those?
I bought them today, and then I'm gonna bring them to my boss tomorrow and be like, bro, check it out, because there's all those dudes, I'm sure you see, that, like, do, like, the custom action figure shit, you know. And so there's, like, a bunch of, like, broken G.I. Joes and, like, loose arms for, you know, like, Ninja Turtle guys and, like, He-Man guys and shit like that. So it's like, dude, you fucking throw a bag together with just loose shit like that, guys want to buy that shit to use
Yeah.
for making stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Fucking like
Big moves.
Sid from Toy Story, bro.
exactly, and I'm just bragging about this shit right now. No big deal, you know.
No
but
big fucking deal, but you
no
know
big
you're
fucking
making
deal.
money. Fucking.
If you're
moves,
trying to
dude.
fucking come down, get some new baseball cards, I fucking got you, dude. We got sealed wax in here. Where else are you gonna fucking get that shit in town?
What is that?
Psh, that's a fucking. You get some 2021 fucking baseball cards, dude. Some brand
Sealed
new
wax.
shit.
So
Oh,
like
a
still
brand
in
new,
the pack.
like a brand new pack.
So
or
people.
fucking, you want a fucking Mike Trout card, dude? Fucking come down.
I mean, he's the shit.
Dude, I'll fucking get you 2012 Mike Trout card. Got you. I don't got a rookie, but I got that. I'll fucking get you an Ohtani rookie if you fucking want it.
You
dude.
love that job, don't you?
Ooh, dude, I love it.
You love it, don't
I fucking
you?
love it,
I
dude.
could tell by
I've
the way.
had jobs that just made me want to straight up kill myself for my entire life since I was fucking 16 years old. Like, man, I've been fucking prepping for this. You know how
That's
fucking
great,
I'm an
dude.
artist, man. Like,
That's
I don't know
great.
how to talk about anything except what I like. And now I fucking have had to learn how to like sports cards, which was a bad move because do you know how much fucking stupid money I'm about to maybe sink into something I don't even really give a fuck about just because I was like, ooh, I bought a pack just to see. And then I was like, oh, look, I just doubled my money off this one pack right here. It's fucking gambling, dude. And I got a
Damn.
problem.
Damn, it is like gambling.
Dude, it is. And oh, man, I've never gone to a casino. And my best boy who directed my special, Josh, he's getting married. And we're going on a riverboat gambling cruise for his bachelor party. And I'm like, bro, is this about to open up a door that, like, I might not need to go into? Like, woo,
Have you
dude.
never really gambled like that?
I mean, I've, like, you know, we're sitting around, we're playing cards, you know. But I've never gone to
Yeah.
a spot.
yeah,
I've always wanted to.
I've been to Delaware Park because my old lady's from Delaware, so we go
Okay.
up there. They have a big casino
Yeah,
up
they
there.
do.
It's fun, man, but I don't know. I just ain't never really been like I've tried to kind of get into it, but it's like. I mean, I
think
pretty
I'm-
much win every time I go in. I double my money, but I only bring like
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, if I get $200, I'm fucking out, bro.
Dude, that's the thing. I'm
I'm
poor.
fucking out, bro. I'm
Po-
poor too. Shit,
Dude, I mean, it's like if I get to a point, if I ever get fucking money, I feel like there's nothing better than me being like 80 years old and just like fucking dying like Michael Jordan's dad, you know? Just like getting taken out. Like, there's worse ways to go in life than gambling debts.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I feel like I would love Atlantic City. I just get,
Really?
I get a feeling where I'm like, I like fucking gaudy, shitty evil. And that's why I like here. You know, I was
Yeah.
born in St. Louis, terrible city, you know. I lived in Louisiana for a couple years after that. What a crazy state. And then I grew up in Bloomington, Indiana, which is a college town surrounded in a sea of shit where 45 minutes away is the fucking Klan headquarters in the Midwest.
Holy shit.
So I've been, you know, evil done surround me my whole life, dude. You know, I feel like.
Does
that's
it
what I-
interest you? Does it like just all that bad shit interest you?
Yeah, because it's like an interesting dichotomy.
Yeah.
You know, where.
Yeah. It interests me
yeah.
too. That shit interests me too. Like I listen to Time Suck with Dan Cummins. You ever heard of that podcast?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Bro, it's fire. Well, some episodes are fire. Like I love the serial killer episodes where
Yeah.
he's talking about the history of serial killers who like ate children and shit. Like
Dude.
I can't listen to it in the morning. Like I have to wait till the afternoon. Like I've already tried throwing it on like in the morning. I can't because it's
You
so
don't want your
dark.
day ruined, dude.
It's so dark, dude. It's so fucking dark. Like some of the shit. But he's great. He's a comedian too.
Okay.
So like he's like telling jokes.
Yeah.
As he's reading. He's done this huge research on a certain thing, like Operation Paperclip or
Hell
whatever,
yeah. Hell
whatever.
yeah.
You know, like some real
That's how
weird.
my grandfather got into this country.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh my god!
How crazy would that
I was
be,
about to
dude?
say, tell me more,
Nah,
dude.
dude.
Fuck.
My family's been here for a long time on both ends, which means they're probably also pretty evil. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
if you had like a grandpa living here in like 1780 something, probably a bad guy.
Yeah, probably
you
not
know?
that great of a human.
Probably not a good
There weren't
guy.
that many good people back then.
See, I don't know much about my family history after like my grandparents, which leads me to believe probably some pretty bad guys.
Probably pull the rug up, brush it
probably I
underneath
don't.
there.
Probably I don't really want to know, or they probably just did nothing.
Maybe.
You know?
Or maybe they're just farmers.
Fingers crossed, dude. Fingers crossed. They just did a whole lot of nothing.
Nothing.
You know.
Yeah. I got a family of tobacco farmers, pretty much. Like on my mom's side.
See, envious.
I mean, that's all I know.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up literally across the street from where they farm tobacco. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I grew up, right across from my grandparents. My great-grandparents are right next door to them. Like, my great-grandma, her name was Lily Bell. She had a fucking spittoon in her house where she spit snuff into. I guess it's snuff. I was real little, man. Like, so I guess you put snuff in, like pack snuff in your mouth. But you sniff it, too. You can sniff it, too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I never knew that. But she would have
smelling tobacco.
Yeah, she would. I think she would put it in her mouth.
Yeah, a little snuff pouch.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
And she would spit into this big ass brass or, yeah, fucking disgusting.
Nasty.
They would eat possum. Fucking
Yeah.
disgusting, dude.
I've never dipped.
That's my old lady, Jack. You met her before, hadn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never dipped before. I've smoked since I was
Never dipped. Really?
No. Yeah. I've thought about it in the past couple years because I'm like, that's the next move to just really make people mad. Because I can dip on stage.
Yeah.
Isn't that bad? That's where my mind went. I loved when outdoor shows were the thing because I'm such a piece of shit that I was like, sick, I can smoke. I'm doing it, yeah.
Yeah, I like that too, where I could light a cigarette or smoke a cigar on stage.
Dude, well, because I don't really drink. And so you fucking know, you do these shows and they're mainly at like bottle shops or craft breweries, and
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to fucking drink a loaf of bread before I get on stage. If I'm here, I'd like to have, a little cocktail or something like
Yeah.
that, feel fancy for the night. But having some fucking craft beer, like, no, get the fuck out of here. I don't want it. And so a lot of these spots have the cigars, and that's how I started smoking the cigars. I was
Yeah.
like, well, if I'm going to be here for a while and I have to hang out with you people.
Yeah, those outdoor shows are fun. Brewer's
And
Kettle's fun.
And I'm not talking about the audience. I'm talking about the comments.
Yeah.
These fucking animals.
You're a bunch of fucking animals.
Disgusting, dude.
Disgusting animals, dude.
What are you here for? To do comedy? That's gross.
Did you ever feel weird when you started doing comedy?
I mean, I still feel weird
I
doing
still
comedy.
feel weird too sometimes.
It's so I have upset apparently some newer comedians that have started in the past few years over some things that I have said about stand-up comedy, which are true.
What?
Which is
Can
namely
you say them? Can you say them on the podcast?
the things.
Yeah.
The people.
Say the things. No, not
things.
the people. I don't
These
give a fuck about.
Yeah,
the people.
I don't give a fuck about the people either.
Tell me
That's
the
fine.
things. I want to know the things.
That are stupid about stand-up comedy. Well, namely
Yeah.
everything about it, which is just like, man, don't take it take it seriously. Don't take yourself seriously.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or take yourself seriously. Don't take fucking comedy seriously. Because you're
Right.
there to fucking make people laugh. And it is such the lowest form of entertainment on the face of the planet. We're not making fucking art. We're entertainers. There's probably 20 people in the fucking world max who are artists at doing comedy.
Right.
The rest of us are just a fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers cover band on a Saturday night at a Buffalo Wild Wings. That's what we're there to do. Make people fucking laugh while they eat chicken tenders, get paid our $50, and go the fuck home.
Yeah.
Yeah. That nobody's going to remember if you had a terrible set, just like nobody's going to remember if you had the best set of your life.
Right.
So just fucking do it and have fun and get the fuck out. Don't make it your whole entire existence is doing and talking about fucking comedy. I'm doing this right now with you. I hate fucking talking about comedy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who cares? The only people that care about it are us because we're fucking mentally ill enough to be like, yeah, gotta go up and talk to strangers. They gotta hear what I have to say. Like, that's not art.
Fucking weird, right?
It's weird.
It's weird. It's always kind of been weird to me.
Do something real. Like, that's what I keep thinking. It's like I've been doing comedy for so long and I hadn't made anything else, and now I'm just like, well, what's like the next move? What's my next progression for the shit that I make or whatever? And it's like, well, I don't have a social media thing. I don't really like doing that.
Yeah.
I put out like the stand-up, but like that's not the thing that's gonna like bridge over or anything like that.
Right.
I don't want to fucking do sketches. I don't want to do a podcast. So I guess I'm going to fucking write, figure out like some script shit or something like that, and not even fucking act in it. Like, I just want to write some shit. It's not even necessarily comedy.
Like write a movie.
Yeah, shorts, movies, whatever. Like, I've just been working on that with my creative partner, like best friend, my creative partner. He does other shit, but like
The guy who filmed your
yes
special.
And so we write shit together because it's like, well, he knows what he's doing, and I like writing, and it's fun to work with somebody else, and it is fun to not write fucking comedy. And so that's what I figured. It's like, well, I'll do this, you know? If you're going to have to do something, because you're not going to get it doing stand-up.
Right.
Nobody ever does. You know, there's very few people. Nate Bargatze, and now he has a podcast. But, like, before then, it was just like, oh, that's how he got famous, was being a stand-up. Very few people can fucking do that.
Yeah. Very few.
Yeah, and I'm not one of those people, you know? I'm not going to get fucking... I just want to be able to make what a teacher makes. That's all.
And love your life.
Yeah.
Like, love what you do.
Psh, I'm almost there.
I mean, you love your job. You love doing stand-up, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell when you're up there that you just really enjoy it. Like,
And-
you're just flowing, bro. You're
And
just
I
up
do
there.
it to a certain extent. It's like, I want to, if I'm going to go do it now, I would like to get paid to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If I'm doing anything longer. But for the most part,
We've been
just
doing it 10 years.
psh, isn't that sad? 8 years.
Or
So-
8. Okay,
so
sorry.
sad.
8 years.
No. Sad either way. Way too long. Way too long. But at this point, I'm just doing it. I'm kind of just doing it for fun, man.
It's starting to get fun for me. Like, it never was really... I mean, I honestly, dude, this is how I honestly feel about where the journey thus far is. I dreaded it every single time. I still do dread it, but then it's like I'm just now starting to have fun. I'm just now starting to not dread it.
Me too.
Like, I'm starting to, like, yes, right before I go on stage, I'm like, I'm like, fuck, why am I doing this stupid fucking shit? And then I go up and I've just, like, I start, like, having fun. And I actually like it, you know? And it's, I don't know. Something I feel like it could change back, but something's starting to change where I'm, like, enjoying it. I don't dread it anymore. For right now, I don't.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. It's something changed in the past. I did a 17-minute set. And it was in front of 10 people, and I wore a fucking Stetson, and I sat up there on the stool, and just I talked about how my old lady called me a fucking narcissist before I came to the show. I was like, this ain't part of my set, but I just need to talk about it so I don't smack a bitch when I get home. So I talked about that, and that would just, it set me up to realize, like, I can just go on stage and get the mic and talk and have a good time, and I hope you laugh at some of my jokes, but, like, I'm gonna go have a fucking good time.
Well, that's what you're
You
here
know?
to do. I mean, here's the thing that you've got that most other comics don't have. A reason to fucking live outside of doing stand-up comedy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, for sure, yeah.
You got shit going on.
Yeah. I try to have, like, 10 things going on, and then I got the fam, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're
Well,
always, boys are always first.
And
you
see,
know what I
that's
mean?
funny. That was the main thing I was talking
And
about.
I knew what you were talking
Yeah.
about. I knew
Hey.
what you were talking about.
You got
Yeah.
you got fucking love, dude.
A lot.
Yeah.
All
Good
around
for
me,
you.
bro. Yeah, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. Yeah, I'm assuming you don't have kids because you don't ever talk about kids on stage.
No, I don't have kids.
I feel like if you had a kid, it would be a fucking rap, dude. Like, just as far as the jokes you would write, it would be fucking ridiculous.
Dude, honestly, you know what's funny is, like, I had, like, been thinking about recently, which is so weird that this is, like, even entered into my brain at the point that I am in my life, but I was like, man, I can't wait to, like, get married and have like kids someday if I, like, got to that point, because I'm like, man, I would actually be able to ride again.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you. Like, I thought about that before
man.
you came. I was like, I don't think he has any kids because if he did, his
I would
shit
talk
would be.
about him all the
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I'm
time.
saying.
All the time, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
I'd be
like, we're
so
not
annoying.
married. We're not married. And
Really?
Nah, we're
Good
not.
for you.
Yeah, we're not married, and, like, neither one of us really give a fuck about it, about being married. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that rules.
Yeah, like, she don't pressure me to do shit, you know, and it's like, and
I
if
like-
she did,
I like how you're whispering because you don't.
she's right there. I don't want her to hear me. I don't want her to start pressuring
Yeah,
me.
on
She
the
don't
show.
pressure me to do shit, dude. And, like, if she did, I would totally go the opposite way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You coming to tell me good night? Come on, come quick. This is my son, y'all. We ain't gonna cut this out.
This is
Come
love
here.
right here.
We were just talking about you. Say what's up to podcast world. Say what's up. Say it again. Oh, he don't want to talk. He's ready for bed, guys. I gave him this sweet haircut. Big old. You lucky I don't charge you by the square inch, boy. You got a big old head. All right, I love you. Sleep good. Give me knuckles. Hard. All right. Good night. I love you. Yeah, he's the shit, man. Softest funeral home music, but he's the shit. But yeah, nah, we ain't married. And whenever people say my wife out, man, I'm not gonna correct you. I don't give a shit, you know. I mean, maybe someday we'll get married.
Maybe, dude.
You know what I mean? Probably. I don't know. But we're both like not worried about it, you know. And
Got that fucking Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn thing.
It's
going
tight.
on,
Yeah, it's fucking tight. Like I don't pressure her to do shit she don't want to do, and she don't pressure me to do. And that's really why me and her got together, because I feel like every girl I've been with before always wanted me to do some shit that I didn't want to fucking do. And I was just like, God damn it, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. So get the fuck out of my house. You know what I mean? I never really got along with females, bro. Like, maybe one in my whole life, you know? But, like, when I met her, I was just like, no pressure. I can be my stupid fucking self. Yeah. I don't have to act like somebody I'm not. Because we get caught up in that shit trying to get pussy. Like, trying to act like somebody we're not. Or I did whenever I was younger. I don't know how I would act now, but I don't know, man. I like being around people that are unapologetically themselves. And like, if you're a dick or an asshole, just be that. Like, just be that, and you don't need to apologize to me for it. I obviously fuck with you because we hang out. You know what I mean? Or if you're a sweet guy, I fuck with you. Don't try to be something you're not because you're around me, or I'm around you. That's too much energy. Like, I'm not gonna expend energy on. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna expend energy on trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm just gonna be who I am. Yeah. Regardless.
Well, I think that's what made you a good stage presence pretty quickly into starting, is because so much of getting good at stand-up is just knowing who you are as a person. And so that's why most comics suck when they start, because they're young. They don't know who they are as people yet, and they have to figure out who they are on stage as they're figuring out who they are in real life. Yeah. And you came in knowing who you are, and so then it was just like, well, what makes me funny and who I am? Yeah. And that's what you kind of have unlocked.
I'm honestly just now feeling like I can, like, I've always kind of felt like I can be myself on stage, but I'm just now getting to the point where I feel like I
think you're very much, like, I think I told you that the last show we did together, where I was like, that felt like just how you are. Yeah. You know, like, you finally, because you did have, like, you were more energetic on stage. Yeah. At first. And you, like, now you have a much more conversational delivery. Yeah. Even in those jokes that you told when you, like, first started, that make them good jokes now. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I'm kind of finding who I am on stage a little bit. Like, and it's not any different. Like you're saying, it's not really any different than who I am when me and you talk. I just talk to the audience like I'm talking to you. Yeah. And, like, some people are, you know, have a stage presence, like a different, I guess, would it be called a stage presence whenever you're somebody different on stage than you are normally? Or is it just, what is a stage presence? Like, what is that? Just the command you have over a room.
Like grabbing attention.
Yeah, like, you know, you can have a naturalistic stage presence or an energetic one, or, you know, whatever, like how you present yourself to the crowd.
Okay.
You know?
So, okay, how you present yourself to the crowd, that'd be your stage presence. Stupid fucking question, but I really didn't know what.
No, you're fine.
I don't know.
There's no dumb questions, only dumb answers.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Something's changed, and I feel like way more chill. I think when I sat down, because I would get up and do all this shit. Yeah. Like, trying to get attention like that. Yeah,
I think you sitting down fits your demeanor much more.
Damn, dude, I'm just so glad I tried it. It just changed it up for me. Yeah. Like, I'm able to think. Like, I can't fucking walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, dude. So, like, if people, like, Jimmy's is rough for me because it's, like, so much shit going on, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. Like, I want to tell these jokes, but, like, I'm not fucking telling these jokes. You know what I mean? I don't know. That place is crazy, dude.
You'll unlock that aspect of you, though. Like, I mean, I like going there because I'm like, yo, let's burn this place fucking down. Yeah, you're good
at it. Ellie's good at it, too.
Yeah, because it's a different thing. Like, I'm on the attack there, you know? For the most part, I think the last time I did it, I did a set, weirdly, because there wasn't a lot of people there. And so it was, like, the first time I, like, did time. And didn't just, like, walk around and just, like, tear into the people that go there.
Yeah. Place is weird.
It's wild, dude.
It's wild.
It's a wild fucking place. Wrightsville Beach, man. Like, what a fucking place.
I don't get along with a lot of people there, to be
I've
honest.
unlocked this new aspect of my life, which is like embracing that aspect of Wilmington and just being like, yo, let's hobnob, dude.
I need to unlock that part of my life, bro.
It's wild. It's such a crazy part. I love just going into those fucking places now and being like, oh, I was doing it for a minute when I was super depressed, and it is like almost like speedballing on depression is how I would describe it, which is where I would go to bars that I hated being at because of how much I didn't fit in and like how aggressive, the clientele is. Bars that I describe kind of like Jimmy's, which is women that I fear and men that I don't respect, like those type of places, or like either way, like one of them's calling me a faggot sort of deal. Like those sort of places.
Yeah.
And I like going there, like having drinks there and just being like, man, I feel like fucking shit right now.
Speedballing depression.
Yeah, dude, just like being like, let's just dive into it.
I don't know what to say about that, Jack. I don't know what to say to you about that.
It's a wild move to do. I realized when I took someone along with me on it, they were like, "Why the fuck are we here? Like, what are we doing?" And I was like, "Man, just sit in it."
Was that person also depressed?
No.
No, so you were the depressed one.
Yeah, I was like, "This is what I'm going to do," and they're like, "I'll come with you," and I was like, "I don't think you know what I'm going to do, man."
What bars do you go to?
A fucking poorhouse.
Where's that?
Oh, it's on Front Street. I actually host sex toy.
Oh,
bingo
yeah.
there. But
What's up with sex toy bingo, dude?
dude, you play bingo, you win fucking sex toys.
You play the actual bingo game.
Yeah.
And you win like dildos and fake vaginas and shit.
Sure, it's on the higher end of stuff. Maybe you win some porno DVDs. Maybe you win some sex oil. Whatever.
And you're the host.
Yeah, me, Brad Allred,
pull the ball
and
out?
Sean McAdams. No, we have just the app on our phones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're calling out numbers and shit.
Yeah.
Are you like talking shit in between these numbers? Are you doing
Yeah.
like not bits, but
Depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I go, I'm getting paid the same amount of money anyway. Sometimes I go there and just read the fucking numbers. Sometimes, most of the time I'm going up there and I'm,
just fucking with people.
You do your zingers when you're supposed to, you fuck around, you keep them in a good mood,
Yeah.
So
So it's you, Sean McAdams, and Brad Allred?
yeah, we swap.
Jesus Christ, that's insane.
Yeah, we're not there all. It's I used to just host it before everything shut down, and then Chris O'Mara hosted it, and then he had to leave, and so they hit me back up to take over, and I was like, well, I don't want to do every Thursday because then it's not fun. Then it's just fucking kind of exhausting.
Yeah.
And there's enough shows going on now where I can't do every Thursday.
Yeah.
Like they wanted me to start, and I was like, I have shows booked already for the next like 3 weeks. I can't do it yet. And so I hit up Sean and I hit up Brad and I was like, hey, most of the time, not all three of us are going to be like booked on the same show on a Thursday. So like, why don't we just make us the rotation? And so
That's
if one
a
of us
killer
can't do it-
rotation,
yeah,
bro.
because we all have like a similar thing,
I
and Brad
fucking
used to
dig
fucking
that
bartend
thing.
down there and shit like that. So.
Yeah.
And then
How long you known Brad?
A couple months.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like quarantine.
Fucking love that guy.
Yeah, we went
How
saw-
long you known Sean?
Since he moved back here like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I fucking love that guy's
Yeah,
comedy
me too.
His
yeah,
stand up.
yeah, he's become like one of my boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah, I
hang out a
heard
lot.
you motherfuckers talking shit to each other on stage.
Oh yeah.
The other
we,
night.
we go at it. Yeah, no, he's fun, man. I fucking had a brain fart, dude.
Yeah, Sean and Brad are great. Like,
Yeah.
You guys and Brian Granger.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I fucking just love sitting through you guys.
I've known
sets,
Granger
dude.
since I've started, and he and I tried to record a podcast with each other.
That's what I was talking to you at Dead Crow about. You and Brian's podcast.
Yeah.
It was about movies, right?
No, we were just doing.
I'm fucking that up.
We were doing whatever, but we never put it out because it was like we can't put any of this out.
It's just really fucked up.
Yeah, a little too rough. a little too rough.
I want to hear that.
And we tend to one up each other.
Dude.
in a way that I don't know. He brought up the last time we saw each other a few weeks ago. He was like, "We're gonna start doing the show again," and because he's got the equipment, he wants to do it. He's got the time again. Because he also had his son.
Yeah.
Like him and his wife had their son.
He's got 3 kids, right?
Yeah, 2 young ones, and then he's got like an older daughter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That might be a thing, but we would have to
Tone it down.
I think it would have to be pretty professionally done for Brian and I to do a show that would be appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fire, though, dude.
Yeah, because, I mean, and I'm not even saying that in that, like, we took it too far. It's just more like, I don't know if it would be entertaining for anybody to listen to. And it's also just us, like, just trying to make each other laugh, which is just, like, saying, like, bad shit. And I'm just like, I don't know if anybody needs to hear us saying this shit right now. And then, you know, it's like his daughter, it was so ramshackle because it's just like his daughter's like running in and she doesn't want us doing the show. So then she's just interrupting the show like every 20 minutes while we're trying to like wrangle her.
It's in his house.
Yeah. And we're doing it like on mic and shit like that. It was just chaos, dude. And then we're just saying wild stuff. Or he's saying wild stuff, and then I'm being like, all right, let's get into it. You know?
This one gets wild when you got 4 people on it.
Any show's going to get wild when you got 4 people
And
on
my
it.
son keeps running in and out of here and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it gets a little... I'm like, God damn it, dude. Like, I'll be talking shit to him about being out here, and it's filled with smoke in here and shit. It just gets a little rowdy in here when I got 4 dudes on there.
Oh, yeah. I bet.
Everybody's trying to talk over each other and shit, which I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to... We're just going to keep it how it is. Raw. You know what I mean? Fuck it. But, yeah, I quit doing the podcast because I got into other shit. And then...
You're a busy man.
I appreciate you, for one, coming on the podcast. And I appreciate you, too, for motivating me to... And, you know, I think it's just because, like, I'm a fucking fan. I'm a fan of your comedy and just of you as a human being.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, it ain't even about comedy. It's
it's called friendship.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of what you do, just like I'm a fan of, I support my friends.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
a fan of their shit.
Yeah. That's
So
why
it was cool, man. I
Yeah.
was just like, fuck yeah, dude. I'd
Yeah.
love to sit down with you for...
Yeah. And I was
So-
like, well, I want to hang out. And I feel like you're a busy guy. So I'm like, hey, if we do it under the guise of doing your podcast,
Yeah.
then sure. You know? I
We
was
watch
like,
UFC fights over here.
Okay.
We just chill.
Yeah.
Fucking watch fights and
Hell
shit.
yeah.
But I fish all the time. All my spare time, I try to get out.
Yeah. That's like
love that
also
shit.
why I was like, oh yeah, like our schedules are probably so like wildly all over the place. So I was like, this is how we can work out.
Yeah.
Getting some hang time in.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
like, we'll fucking record it.
So I want to, obviously, you know, I want to do a podcast with just you.
Yeah.
Like we just did. But I want to have some other comedians on with you that you're friends with, that I'm friends with and you're friends with
Yeah.
next time, and we'll kind of shoot the shit and let it roll.
I think we can get a fun little crew together.
I think so too.
Okay.
I think Ellie would be cool to throw in here with us because
Yeah.
she's a for real life piece of shit. Shout out to Ellie. That's my homie, dude. That's my fucking homie.
Oh yeah.
So like, I think Ellie would be dope to have on with you.
Ellie's basically my roommate.
That's
now.
what she told me. Yeah, she told me
she's
you're
basically
moving.
my landlord.
Yeah, she told me you're moving in like out back over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Have you
wonder
moved
what
in
that-
already?
I've been moving in. I fucking need my electricity turned on.
What? How they gonna? I mean, is everything, all the wires ran and shit?
Yeah, we're figuring out. They got to go fucking get some inspector out. Oh, we're fucking not talking about this on the show, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
you're
I
good.
think it'd be cool to have Ellie on. with you.
Yeah.
Or maybe Brian. I really want to get to know Sean because
I was gonna say, yeah.
I
You
wanna
get
get to
Ellie
know
in
him.
here with me, or you get fucking Brian and Sean in here. We can have a wild.
see, I want to
show,
get to
dude.
know Sean. I'll probably have Sean. I would like to have Sean on by himself so I can get to know him a little bit because he's kind of, to me, like a little guarded. Like, was he like that with you at all?
No,
He's
we and I were
real
kind
guarded
of.
with me.
People say that, but I think maybe it's just that he and I like. I feel like pretty immediately it was just like, oh yeah, this is a guy, and then like, in the past few months, he and I have just been like, oh, this is my fucking guy.
Yeah. That's dope. I like him. I can tell I'm gonna fucking love the guy. I just want to get to know him a little bit. Or Brad. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect timing. Or Brad Allred would be dope to have on too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, our audio's still going. So yeah, is there anything that you want to plug on at the end here, and I'll tag it and whatever.
At the moment, not particularly. I mean, just the half hour.
Yeah.
On YouTube and my Instagram, and then
What's
I
your
do a
Instagram?
show with at Nelson Burgers, NELSONBERGERS.
Okay.
And then Sean and Josh, we do a show together called The Good Picture Show, where we riff over movies that we like. We riff over good movies, not bad movies, like most, shows. We don't do a bad movie show. We do a good movie show. And so our first one was on the Super Mario Brothers movie because we kind of like that.
I barely remember that movie.
It's a wild movie, dude.
I barely remember it.
And then we're doing Point Break next, but we don't have a date for that yet.
So
But
what is this, live?
yeah, we do a live show. We play the movie and we talk over
Where
it
do you do this at?
at Barzar for right now.
Oh, and what do you play it on a projector?
Yeah, we got it projected up.
And you guys all have mics?
Yep, we're all mic'd up. We just did our test show with the Mario Brothers, and then we'll be doing Point Break.
So you play the whole movie,
yeah, we'll watch
and you
the whole
guys are
movie.
shooting the shit, saying shit about the movie
Yeah.
while it's going on.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you filming it?
No. It's hard with the commentary shit and doing that and legal
Yeah.
stuff. They're free shows because legally can't be making money off of people's copyrighted intellectual property.
Okay.
So free shows, talking over a fucking movie, do them on a Thursday. I don't have a date for September yet, but in September we will be doing Point Break.
Point Break. Whose idea was this? Fucking
Mine.
Killer idea,
I used to
bro.
do shows like that with other shit, but then I had some people want me to start doing it again, and I was talking with Josh, and I was like, well, you should just be my co-host for it since you're not a comic. And then that's like a thing where we can have non-comic guests on it, and have like musicians and actors and local film people and stuff
And it's just
like
a
that.
live show.
Yeah, it's a live show. You're going to see it once. It'll never be done again. Not going to be recorded or anything like that. And doing good movies, going to be doing Point Break. Down the road we'll be doing shit, like Spring Breakers and Commando. And
You seen Bone Tomahawk, dude?
Dude, love Bone
damn,
Tomahawk.
That's a fucking murdering movie.
Love
I'm
Bone
so glad
Tomahawk.
you said you love that movie. I just had a feeling you would love that.
Dude, that director's other two movies, fucking Dragged Across Concrete and Braun Cell Block 99, both fuck hard.
Okay, I need to check those out
Dude.
because I know I looked his other movies up and then never got around to
Dragged
watching.
Across Concrete, fucking
Dragged Across Concrete.
brutal cop movie with fucking Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn that came out a few years ago. That's just like
Dragged Across Concrete.
Best
Dude,
name for a
Bone
movie.
Tomahawk was fucking
Dude.
gnarly, bro.
I love fucking westerns and I love fucking horror movies.
All right.
So that movie's my fucking bread and butter.
So, what's another good western I should check out?
Oh man, off the top of my head, like if you want something newer,
I don't give a fuck.
or if you want,
I
older,
like the newer ones that
So-
are like real gory.
yeah.
And,
So newer, good kind of like stoner western. A little weird, slow west.
haven't seen it.
Fucking rules. Michael Fassbender and that shit. That's good. Sisters Brothers.
Yeah, it's fire.
Which
I like that one.
that's a
I've
great
seen
fucking
that.
movie.
Joaquin Phoenix is a shit, and so is the fucking Talladega Nights homie.
Oh, John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
He's fucking great, man.
He's great. He's a great actor, man.
And then in terms of older shit, you got this film. It's my favorite score to a movie ever, The Hired Hand,
Haven't seen it.
which is like Peter Fonda's follow-up movie to Easy Rider. That's just this like quiet, meditative, like hippie-made Western movie that just
Okay.
rules. It's like a big influence on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
It's a gorgeous fucking movie, and like any of the Peck and Paw shit, dude. You throw on some. Why am I fucking forgetting it? The fucking Wild Bunch, dude.
I suck at remembering
Oh my God.
movie names, but I feel like there's some really fucking good new westerns out there.
Oh yeah,
There's
get, like,
one. Look,
good
you've
Western.
seen this one. I know you've seen it, and I can't remember the name. But this family comes across overseas, and they're riding on a train. This is the beginning. The man's riding on a train to pick his wife and kids up, or in a carriage. They're in a carriage, and they're getting in the carriage to go to where their homestead or wherever they're going to build at or whatever. And his wife and kids come. They meet him, come off the train. They get in the carriage, and these two guys get in the carriage with them, and they're real shady characters.
I don't know if I know this.
They end up killing his wife and kids in front of him and thinking they killed him, and then he fucking like crawls across fucking.
Oh, man.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
The guy in it, I don't know who he is because I haven't seen him in a lot of movies, but he's in other movies, and he is fucking phenomenal, dude.
Oh man.
But they have an accent. They all have an accent like from Europe, a European accent, because they had just gotten over here from Europe. Anyway, I'll figure out what it
Yeah.
is. But it's a fucking. It's like Bone Tomahawk is what it reminded me
You know
of.
what movie also fucking rules is 310 to Yuma.
310 to Yuma. Fuck yeah, dude.
great
What about
fucking
True Grit? You like True Grit?
Oh yeah,
I fuck
dude.
with True Grit.
That's one of my favorite books. Period.
The old and the new one.
Yeah, I mean the old movie's fine. The book,
new one's
is,
sick.
But the new movie is like what the book is like.
The new movie's sick.
Yeah, that
310 to
movie
Yuma fucking
rules.
ruled too.
Yeah, I mean the other Coen brothers, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs is also great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's a great fucking movie.
Well, thanks for doing the podcast.
Yeah, thank you. brother.
God damn, I feel like I could get some really good movies from you.
That's all I do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Jack
anytime.
Nelson, everybody. Y'all come check out his stand up. You can go see him at his work. I can't remember the name of that.
Whatever Wilmington.
Whatever
Come see me.
Wilmington. Go see him up there. Go check him out at the Bazaar every. What's your
Oh yeah, it's once a month. We
Once
don't
a
have
month.
a date yet, but just fucking follow me on Instagram and I'll be
Nelson
posting about
Burgers?
that.
Bergers.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks, Jack.
Thank
you
you,
guys
brother.
for listening. You guys stay tuned. We're gonna put out more episodes soon. Hell yeah, man. I didn't even know we talked that long, dude.